Today I've got to put the weather stripping around the doors, keep the car sealed and quiet. I've got two test pieces here of some sort of porous rubber weather stripping. And on the one here I used the Weldwood contact adhesive. Of course this is the stuff for doing upholstery, and you're not even allowed to buy it as a consumer, let alone use it. And it says you got to shut off the main gas valve before you open the can. Very flammable. I did test it in the backyard. Yeah, it is. Put a little on a rag and boy, it went up really good. So that's on here, and it was easy. It would be easy to put on with a brush, like a little paintbrush. Same thing, contact adhesive. You put it on both sides, let it set for a few minutes, and then stick it on. Seems pretty tough. And then the second one I used this Permatex contact adhesive weather strip adhesive. It's the same thing, you put it on both sides, let it dry some, and then stick it on. So that's this one. And they're both really expensive. I mean, the Weldwood stuff is, I don't know, what is it, $100 a can or something like that for a gallon. This stuff here is like $10 for this little tube. Yeah, it's even more expensive than the Weldwood. It works. I've used it all my life. And if it's around like your door or something that your weather strip might get kicked, you better keep a tube handy so that you can glue it back on. Anyway, today, the taste test. See which is stronger. This is the adhesive. Wow, that's really good. Man, oh man, that ain't coming off of there. No, I think you'd have to probably pretty well almost rips the rubber. Not quite, but it comes off. It's on there good, you know, man, that was on there really good. And this one, the Weldwood one comes off smoother. It's pretty tight too, man. I don't know. I think this one was tougher. I think the weather strip adhesive was tougher. So I don't know, which one should I use? They're both good. I really like the way this one held on, because I don't know if the Weldwood one is really made for rubber. What does it say it's made for? Uses excellent for applications as automotive or marine interiors, including headliners, vinyl trim, dash coverings, floor coverings, door coverings, panel coverings, and upholstery. Ideal for bonding Lando tops constructed of non-penetrable fabric backing, and for van conversion. I guess it's good for just about everything, right? Okay, I wipe this all with paint thinner to make sure there's no resistance to gluing it on. Man, this car is low to the ground, eh? Now that I got it on the ground. Man, that's really low. Up to that hinge, we go to there. And the trick is, yep, we got enough to do two. And I think I'm gonna brush this stuff on, this glue, because it'll go on nicer than just trying to, you know, squeeze it out of the tube. Yeah, putting it on with a brush saves a lot of material, a lot of the glue. Don't let it dry. That's beautiful. Okay, make sure you put it in there. I don't know, this other stuff I've got is sticky back. This is a nice soft one too. I might use like 2 rows of it, and I should test and see how strong that stuff is. Mind you, I fixed that mirror, that third tail light, brake light, with the double-sided tape I brought from Thailand. The stuff I got here was no good. I got that's kind of industrial stuff from a sign shop. It came with a sign that we bought. So I threw it in my suitcase, brought it home, and it's doing the job. I've stuck it up there with Gorilla Glue, that didn't work. Regular 2-sided tape like 3M, that didn't work. I stuck it up there with the 2-sided tape that came with that third brake light from China. That didn't work. Lasted about 3 minutes. So, yeah, every time I come out, the thing's laying on the package tray again. It's been up there for a good week already, so that's a good sign. Okay, so this will go along the bottom of both doors. I think that's about right. It's a nice soft hollow thing. I mean, I made these rocker panels, shaped them myself, so there's no way, wouldn't be worth trying to put the, what would you say, the original rubbers for a 49 Chev on. This is all changed anyway. None of it's the same. It's got the Cadillac door closers in it to get a good seal. But I've also got the windlace, seals good, and carpet along the bottom that's tight against the door. So we're not going to get any wind in there. Man, I've done a lot of work on this car. Think of the hours and hours it's gone into all of these pieces. The welding and grinding, not to mention the engineering. Forming body panels. Yeah, this thing was rusted right from here down, gone. And then I just cut it off the frame and the floor and put it on the Cadillac floor. Yeah, that was easy. Body swap. See people do them all the time, and it looks like on the, you know, on the media, internet or whatever, it looks like it took them 2 days or whatever. No, this has been 4 years. Another little odd and end. Just to finish off, you know, it's funny, you can do an immaculate job on this whole machine. So much detail, inside and out, paint and body and upholstery and all the cool things that are going on the inside there that we're going to really enjoy, like the air conditioning and heated seats and all that stuff. But you miss one little spot, or there's just something you don't know what to do about it. And so I had these door closers, you know, where you, what do you call that? When you put your hand in, you know, and grab it to close the door. And I had made that part of the steel work that I did for these inner door panels, right and left. But then, you know, how do you upholster that? Like down into like a hole, into a crevice like that. So I just basically cut the upholstery out, and, you know, you stick your hand in there, but it looked kind of ugly. It looked kind of unfinished. Everything else looks so finished, and then you got this one, it's glaring, right? Because everything else is well done. So then I thought, well, I'm just going to sew some kind of little leather sacks and put a piece of aluminum wire that I've got around the brim of it and sew it in there, like piping sort of thing, and then let the leather hang down into the hole, and then also have the little cubby hole down inside front of the console. There was the same thing. It was just a steel hole, and of course paint didn't go in there very well or whatever, and it didn't really match much. But now that I've got the 2 doors done and that little cubby hole done with the same kind of leather, it actually looks really sharp. Except for one thing, a lot of trouble sewing this aluminum wire, heavy aluminum wire, into the leather. And it's okay until you come to where the leather has to overlap the other leather when you've come a full circle, right? And it's just too thick. And then getting that through the walking foot on the sewing machine, all 3 pieces, it actually just took a little bite out of them. So that's kind of ugly. But maybe someday I'll find a brown felt pen and just, I mean, it's just a little tick. It's not that you'd even see it, but, you know, perfect is perfect, and anything less just isn't perfect.